Hello friends, welcome to Testimony Tuesday. You know, it was just recently that Jonathan and I were traveling and it got to the afternoon and we ran out of water. And because of circumstances, we weren't able to find a place to get water, which is like refill our 6-liter jugs, until 8:30 at night. So we had like maybe half a liter of water between lunch and 8:30 at night. And we were getting pretty dehydrated at that point. And so we were pretty desperate for water. And we got in the truck, we had already had our hotel room, but we're like, we've got to go find water. So we went driving out and we're like, where do we look? And God led us to go to this place. I saw on the map, it's like, well, it's kind of like a community, housing community. They've got to have a water machine, what we call these water machines there. Because usually in a housing community like that, people are going to want something like that so they don't have to pay for somebody to bring their water if they don't want to. And so we go driving into this community and we're looking around, kind of combing up and down the streets, and it was like there was nothing. We weren't finding one. And we were about to go out of the community when I'd been looking at the map and I knew that this community, the way it was designed, off the main road there was kind of two ways you could drive into it from the main road. And we had come in the one way and we were about to go out that same way when I just felt this really strong impression we really needed to, even though it was kind of like we'd already been over there, we needed to go back that direction and go out the other way of the community, because maybe at that kind of entrance of the community, maybe there would be a water machine. And so we did. We turned over there and we're driving down there, and all of a sudden I saw this water machine, and Jonathan could tell you better than I can how excited I got. I was so excited. It was like, there's a water machine. Anyway, it really it was special to me how it was very clear to me that it was God that gave me this really strong impression that we needed to go out that other way, because we were gonna just go out the way we'd come in, but it was like I felt so strongly we had to go there. Maybe there's one there, maybe there's a water machine there. And it's like God just reminding me again that He cares about those little things. He cares about us having water to drink, physically even. You know, God isn't somebody who just cares about our our spiritual health. He cares about our physical well-being as well. But speaking of spiritual health and well-being, it reminds me of a verse in Isaiah chapter 58, verse 11. It says, "And the Lord shall guide thee continually, and satisfy thy soul in drought, and make fat thy bones. And thou shalt be like a watered garden, and like a spring of water whose waters fail not." You know, it's a really interesting promise as I was thinking of it in relation to this experience, because like God guided us and He satisfied our thirst physically, but this is speaking of even spiritually. This is what God wants to do for us. And as I was thinking more about this verse, I was reminded that you really have to read the verses before it to understand what it is that brings us to this point of God being able to satisfy our thirst. And really, to put it in one word, it's service to God and to others. That's what brings us to the point of God being able to pour all of His blessings into us and really satisfy our hearts. So if there's one thing I could say that I think we all should focus on if we really want that satisfaction for our spiritual thirst, is serve God, serve the people around us, and God will satisfy that thirst in our hearts.